Ladies and gentlemen, leadership is not reserved for those with fancy titles or corner offices. Leadership is a mindset, a choice we make every single day. It's not about commanding others, it's about inspiring them. And the truth is, every single one of us has the potential to be a leader. How do we unlock the leader within? It starts with knowing your why, your purpose, your reason for getting up in the morning. The best leaders don't lead because they have to, they lead because they believe in something greater than themselves. When you have a clear purpose, others will naturally follow. But leadership is not easy. It demands courage over comfort. It's easier to stay quiet, to play it safe. But real leadership means stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and standing for what's right, even when it's hard. At its core, leadership is about trust. Trust isn't built overnight. It's earned through consistency, honesty, and integrity. People will follow you not because of what you say, but because of what you do. Be the example. Show up. Keep your promises. Lead with authenticity. And most importantly, great leaders understand one fundamental truth. It's not about you. It's about them. Leadership is about service. The strongest leaders lift others up, listen more than they speak, and create a culture where people feel valued and empowered. Leaders eat last, not because they have to, but because they care about those they serve. True leadership is not defined by a title, position, or authority. It is a conscious decision to step up, take responsibility, and inspire others. Many people assume that leadership comes with a corner office, a prestigious job title, or the power to give orders. But real leadership is something far deeper. It is about influence, impact, and the willingness to serve a cause greater than oneself. A true leader is someone who makes the choice to lead, regardless of their role or situation. Consider the difference between a boss and a leader. A boss may have the authority to enforce rules and make decisions, but that alone does not make them a leader. Leadership is not about control, it is about guidance. It is about creating an environment where people feel motivated, safe, and inspired to give their best. One of the greatest misunderstandings about leadership is that it is reserved for those in managerial positions. In reality, leadership can be found at every level of life. A teacher who goes the extra mile to uplift their students, an employee who takes initiative to solve a problem, a friend who supports others during difficult times. All of these individuals exhibit leadership. They do not need a title to lead. They lead because they choose to. The power of choice is what separates great leaders from the rest. Leadership is a decision to take responsibility, even when it is inconvenient. It is the decision to stand up for what is right, even when it is unpopular. It is the decision to put others before oneself, to listen, to understand, and to act with integrity. These choices define leadership far more than any rank or title ever could. A true leader does not wait for permission to lead. They do not need external validation or authority to make a difference. Instead, they recognize that leadership starts with them. When people see a problem, most wait for someone else to fix it. Leaders, however, step up and take action. They do not simply observe, they engage, they inspire, and they drive change. One of the most powerful examples of this can be seen in everyday life. In a workplace, there may be an employee who is not a manager, but naturally takes initiative, supports their colleagues, and brings energy to the team. Over time, their actions influence others, making them a true leader, even if they never hold an official title. People trust them, look up to them, and seek their guidance. That is the essence of leadership, the ability to inspire and uplift those around you. Leadership also requires humility. It is not about seeking recognition or personal gain, but about serving others. The best leaders understand that their role is to empower those around them, not to elevate themselves. They do not need to be the loudest voice in the room. Instead, they focus on listening, understanding, and helping others succeed. Leadership is a choice that anyone can make. It is not about waiting for an opportunity, but about creating one. It is about choosing to step forward when others hesitate, about taking responsibility when it would be easier to walk away. Titles may give authority, but leadership is earned through actions. When we understand that leadership is a choice, not a title, we unlock the leader within us and empower ourselves to make a meaningful impact in the world. Leadership is not something granted by a title, nor is it confined to those in positions of power. It is a conscious decision to take responsibility, serve others, and inspire those around you. Many people associate leadership with authority, believing that only managers, executives, or public figures can truly lead. However, leadership is not about a position. It is about action. It is about stepping up when others hesitate, taking ownership of challenges, and guiding those around you toward a greater purpose. A true leader does not wait for permission to lead. Leadership begins the moment someone decides to make a difference, regardless of their role or rank. It is not about having control over others, but about influencing them through integrity, vision, and consistency. Great leaders do not rely on their titles to gain respect. Instead, they earn it through their action. The most influential leaders in history did not always hold official positions of power, but they inspired change through their words, actions, and unwavering commitment to a cause. One of the defining traits of leadership is responsibility. Leaders take ownership of problems instead of passing them off to someone else. When challenges arise, many people look for someone to blame or expect others to step up. A leader, however, recognizes that change starts with them. They do not wait for ideal circumstances or for someone to assign them a role. Instead, they ask, "What can I do?" and take action. This mindset separates true leaders from those who simply hold positions of authority. The power of leadership lies in influence, not control. People follow leaders because they trust them, not because they are forced to. Leaders earn this trust by being consistent, authentic, and committed to the well-being of others. They create environments where people feel valued, supported, and inspired to do their best work. True leadership is not about giving orders. It is about empowering others to reach their full potential. Leadership also requires courage. It is not always easy to step up and take responsibility, especially when the path is uncertain. Many people avoid leadership because it comes with risk, the risk of failure, criticism, or discomfort. However, great leaders understand that growth happens outside of their comfort zone. They embrace challenges, learn from setbacks, and continue moving forward despite obstacles. This resilience and willingness to take risks inspire others to do the same. Leadership is the ability to serve others. Contrary to common belief, leadership is not about personal gain or recognition. The best leaders prioritize the needs of their team, organization, or community over their own. They listen, support, and uplift those around them, knowing that leadership is about people, not power. By focusing on service, leaders create loyal, motivated teams that work together toward a shared vision. It begins with the decision to lead through actions, to take ownership of challenges, and to inspire those around you. When leadership is seen as a choice rather than a privilege, anyone, regardless of their background or role, can step up and make a meaningful impact. Understanding the reason behind actions is the foundation of strong and inspiring leadership. Many people focus on what they do or how they do it, but true leaders begin with why. The why represents purpose, belief, and motivation, the driving force that fuels persistence, inspires others, and creates meaningful impact. Leaders who understand their why are not just effective, they are transformational. They do not just manage people or tasks, they inspire movements, build strong cultures, and create lasting change. Knowing your why gives clarity and direction. Many people go through life without fully understanding what truly drives them. They may work hard, achieve success, and even hold leadership positions, but without a clear purpose, their efforts lack meaning. Leaders who start with why operate differently. They have a deep-rooted belief in what they are doing, and this belief is what fuels their passion and resilience. When challenges arise, leaders with a strong why do not give up easily. Their purpose keeps them motivated and helps them push through adversity, even when things become difficult. A powerful why also attracts and inspires others. People do not just follow leaders because of their skills or knowledge, they follow them because they believe in the same cause. When a leader communicates their why with authenticity, it resonates with those who share similar values. This connection is what builds trust and loyalty. Employees, teams, and communities are far more engaged when they feel they are part of something bigger than themselves. A leader's why gives others a reason to commit beyond just a paycheck or obligation. It fosters passion, dedication, and a sense of shared purpose. Great leaders do not impose their why on others, they live it. Actions speak louder than words, and the most inspiring leaders lead by example. They embody their purpose in everything they do, making their message clear without having to force it. Their decisions, behavior, and commitment reflect their core beliefs, which in turn reinforces trust. When people see a leader consistently living their why, they are more likely to follow them willingly and passionately. Starting with why also leads to long-term success and fulfillment. Many people chase external achievements such as money, status, or recognition, only to feel unfulfilled in the end. Leaders who begin with why do not just focus on short-term gains, they create sustainable impact. Their motivation is not driven by external rewards, but by an internal sense of purpose. This purpose gives them a sense of fulfillment regardless of circumstances. It also helps them navigate tough decisions, as they always have a clear guiding principle. One of the most significant effects of leading with why is the ability to drive change. People resist orders, but embrace causes they believe in. A leader's why creates a movement, not just a following. It inspires people to take action, innovate, and push boundaries. The most influential figures in history, from civil rights leaders to groundbreaking entrepreneurs, did not just tell people what to do. They shared a vision, a belief, a purpose that ignited passion in others. Leadership is not just about leading, it is about inspiring. Those who start with why do not just manage people, they move them. They do not just work for results, they work for impact. And when a leader's why is strong and authentic, it becomes a force that transforms individuals, teams, and even the world. Leadership is not about comfort, it is about courage. True leaders understand that growth, innovation, and impact happen outside of their comfort zones. They do not wait for the perfect moment or the safest path. They take risks, challenge the status quo, and push themselves and others beyond their perceived limits. Choosing courage over comfort is what separates ordinary individuals from extraordinary leaders. It is what drives change, fuels resilience, and inspires those around them to do the same. Stepping into leadership means embracing uncertainty. Many people hesitate to take on leadership roles because they fear making mistakes, facing criticism, or stepping into the unknown. However, leadership is not about having all the answers. It is about having the courage to move forward despite uncertainty. Great leaders acknowledge fear, but do not let it control them. They make decisions with conviction, knowing that hesitation and self-doubt can stall progress. They understand that playing it safe often leads to missed opportunities, stagnation, and mediocrity. Courageous leadership requires a willingness to take risks. The greatest innovations and successes in history were born from leaders who were unafraid to try something new. Playing it safe never leads to groundbreaking ideas or meaningful change. Leaders who choose courage over comfort, challenge conventional thinking, question outdated systems, and embrace new possibilities. They take calculated risks, understanding that failure is not the end, it is a step toward progress. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. A defining trait of courageous leaders is their ability to make tough decisions. It is easy to make decisions when the path is clear and everyone agrees. The real test of leadership comes when decisions are difficult, unpopular, or met with resistance. Courageous leaders do not shy away from these moments. They confront them with integrity and confidence. They are willing to stand alone when necessary, guided by their values and purpose, rather than seeking approval or comfort. Choosing courage over comfort also means embracing vulnerability. Many people believe that leaders must always appear strong, confident, and in control. However, the strongest leaders are those who are willing to be vulnerable. They admit when they do not have all the answers, ask for help when needed, and acknowledge their mistakes. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a sign of self-awareness and authenticity. When leaders embrace vulnerability, they create an environment where others feel safe to take risks, speak openly, and contribute without fear of judgment. Fear of failure holds many people back from reaching their full potential. Courageous leaders understand that failure is not something to be feared, it is something to be embraced. Every great leader has faced setbacks, criticism, and obstacles, but what sets them apart is their ability to keep going. They do not let fear dictate their actions. Instead, they see challenges as opportunities for growth and keep moving forward with resilience and determination. Leadership is a choice between staying comfortable and striving for greatness. True leaders push themselves and others to grow, evolve, and step into the unknown. They take responsibility, embrace risk, and inspire those around them to be bold. By choosing courage over comfort, they unlock their own potential and create a lasting impact on the world. Trust is the foundation of leadership. Without it, no leader can truly inspire, influence, or guide others. Trust is not something that comes automatically with a title or position. It must be earned through consistent actions, integrity, and genuine care for others. Leadership is not about authority. It is about creating an environment where people feel safe, valued, and empowered. The most successful and impactful leaders understand that trust is built, not given, and they make it their priority to cultivate it in every relationship. Trust begins with authenticity. People follow leaders who are real, honest, and transparent. When leaders pretend to have all the answers, hide their mistakes, or act in ways that contradict their words, they lose credibility. Authentic leaders, on the other hand, show up as their true selves. They admit when they are wrong, communicate openly, and make decisions based on integrity rather than convenience. This authenticity builds trust because people know they are dealing with someone who is genuine and consistent. Building trust is reliability. Leaders must follow through on their commitments. Promises mean nothing if they are not backed by action. When a leader consistently delivers on their word, people learn that they can count on them. On the other hand, when leaders break promises, fail to meet expectations, or act unpredictably, trust erodes quickly. Being reliable does not mean being perfect, but it does mean being accountable. If a leader makes a mistake, taking responsibility and making things right strengthens trust rather than weakening it. Trust also grows in an environment of psychological safety. People need to feel safe to express their ideas, voice concerns, and take risks without fear of punishment or humiliation. The best leaders create spaces where people feel heard and valued. They encourage open communication, listen without judgment, and foster a culture of respect. When individuals know they can speak up without fear, they become more engaged, creative, and willing to contribute fully. A leader who dismisses feedback, criticizes mistakes harshly, or fails to listen creates a culture of fear rather than trust. Consistency is another essential ingredient in building trust. People need to know what to expect from their leader. A leader who is unpredictable, supportive one day and dismissive the next creates anxiety and uncertainty. Consistency in values, decision-making, and behavior reassures people that their leader is stable and dependable. This does not mean leaders cannot evolve or change their minds, but it does mean they should always operate from a core set of principles that people can rely on. Empathy plays a critical role in trust building. Leaders who genuinely care about their team's well-being earn deeper trust than those who focus solely on results. Taking the time to understand others, acknowledge their struggles, and support them in meaningful ways strengthens relationships. People do not just trust leaders who are competent, they trust those who are compassionate and who see them as more than just employees or followers. Trust is the glue that holds teams, organizations, and communities together. Without it, people may comply, but they will never fully commit. Leaders who prioritize trust create loyalty, inspire confidence, and build environments where people thrive. It is not about demanding trust. It is about earning it through every action, every decision, and every interaction. When leaders make trust their foundation, they unlock the full potential of those around them. Empathy is one of the most powerful and underrated qualities of a great leader. While many associate leadership with strength, decisiveness, and vision, the ability to understand and connect with others on a human level is what truly sets exceptional leaders apart. Empathy allows leaders to build trust, foster collaboration, and inspire loyalty. It is not a soft skill, it is an essential leadership trait that drives engagement, productivity, and long-term success. Empathy is the ability to put oneself in another person's shoes, to see the world from their perspective and to understand their emotions, challenges, and motivations. Leaders who practice empathy create environments where people feel heard, valued, and understood. This in turn leads to stronger relationships, higher morale, and a deeper sense of connection within teams and organizations. People do not just follow leaders because of their expertise or authority. They follow leaders who genuinely care about them. Empathetic leadership starts with active listening. Many leaders listen to respond rather than to understand. They focus on providing solutions or giving orders instead of truly hearing what their team members are saying. However, the best leaders take the time to listen without judgment, interruption, or assumption. They ask thoughtful questions, pay attention to nonverbal cues, and make an effort to understand the emotions behind the words. By doing so, they make people feel valued and respected, which strengthens trust and loyalty. Beyond listening, empathy requires a willingness to acknowledge and validate others' feelings. People do not always need immediate solutions. Sometimes they just need to be understood. Leaders who recognize their team members' struggles and emotions, whether related to work challenges, personal difficulties, or professional aspirations, create a culture of support and respect. This does not mean leaders must always agree with others, but they must acknowledge their experiences and show that they genuinely care. Empathy also plays a crucial role in decision-making. Leaders who lack empathy make decisions based solely on numbers, efficiency, or their own perspectives, often overlooking the impact on the people involved. In contrast, empathetic leaders consider how their choices affect their teams, customers, and stakeholders. They balance logic with compassion, ensuring that their decisions align with both business goals and human needs. This leads to better engagement, lower turnover, and stronger organizational culture. Crisis or change, empathy becomes even more critical. Uncertainty and challenges can create fear, anxiety, and frustration within teams. Leaders who approach these moments with empathy provide reassurance and stability. Instead of ignoring concerns or forcing change without discussion, they take the time to communicate openly, address fears, and offer support. This approach not only reduces resistance, but also helps people adapt with greater confidence and commitment. A common misconception is that empathy makes leaders weak or overly emotional. In reality, empathy strengthens leadership by fostering deeper connections and higher performance. People who feel understood and supported are more likely to be engaged, innovative, and motivated. They work harder, not because they have to, but because they want to. Leadership is not just about strategy, vision, or execution. It is about people. Empathy is the superpower that allows leaders to connect, inspire, and empower those they lead. It transforms workplaces into thriving communities and turns ordinary leadership into something truly impactful. Leadership is not about individual success. It is about lifting others up and creating opportunities for them to thrive. Great leaders understand that their role is not to seek personal recognition, but to empower those around them. They create an environment where people feel valued, supported, and motivated to grow. Leadership is not measured by how much one accomplishes alone, but by how much one helps others succeed. Empowering others begins with trust. Leaders who micromanage or control every decision stifle creativity and innovation. When people feel restricted or doubted, they become hesitant to take initiative or share their ideas. True leaders, however, trust their teams. They give people the freedom to make decisions, experiment, and learn from mistakes. This sense of ownership fosters accountability and engagement. People who feel trusted are more likely to contribute their best work, knowing that their leader believes in them. A crucial aspect of empowerment is providing opportunities for growth. Great leaders do not hoard knowledge or expertise, they share it. They mentor, coach, and guide others, helping them develop their skills and confidence. They recognize potential in people even when those individuals may not see it in themselves. By investing in others' growth, leaders build strong teams and future leaders. They celebrate progress, offer constructive feedback, and encourage continuous learning. Encouragement and recognition also play a key role in empowerment. People thrive when they feel appreciated. Leaders who take the time to acknowledge contributions, celebrate achievements, and express gratitude create a positive and motivating culture. Even small acts of recognition, such as a simple thank you or public acknowledgement, can boost morale and inspire people to keep striving for excellence. Empowering others also requires creating a culture of psychological safety. People need to feel safe to take risks, express ideas, and challenge the status quo without fear of punishment or ridicule. Leaders who foster open communication and inclusivity encourage innovation and collaboration. When people know their voices matter, they are more willing to share insights, solve problems, and drive meaningful change. Empowerment is servant leadership. The idea that leadership is about serving others rather than exerting authority over them. Servant leaders prioritize their team's needs, removing obstacles and providing resources to help them succeed. They ask, "How can I support you?" instead of demanding results without offering guidance. By focusing on serving rather than controlling, they create loyal, high-performing teams that feel valued and respected. Empowerment is also about resilience. Leaders who uplift others help them build confidence to overcome challenges. Instead of solving every problem for their team, they encourage problem solving and resilience. They teach people to navigate difficulties, learn from failures, and keep moving forward. This creates a culture of strength and adaptability where individuals feel capable of handling obstacles rather than relying on constant direction. Leadership is about impact. A leader's legacy is not defined by personal achievements, but by the success and growth of those they lead. Empowering others creates a ripple effect. When people are supported and encouraged, they pass that support forward, creating stronger teams, organizations, and communities. True leaders measure their success by how many lives they uplift, knowing that their greatest accomplishment is helping others reach their full potential. Leadership is not about maintaining the status quo. It is about driving change and inspiring progress. Great leaders are visionaries who see beyond the present and work toward a better future. They challenge existing norms, push boundaries, and encourage others to embrace new possibilities. Leadership is about having the courage to disrupt, innovate, and transform the way things are done, even when it is uncomfortable or difficult. One of the most important traits of a leader is the ability to question the status quo. Many people accept things as they are simply because they have always been that way. However, true leaders do not settle for good enough. They constantly ask, how can this be better? And what is possible that has not been tried yet? They are not afraid to challenge outdated systems, inefficient processes, or limiting beliefs. By questioning and reimagining, they open the door to innovation and growth. Leaders who drive change are not just problem solvers, they are solution seekers. Instead of waiting for someone else to fix an issue, they take action. They see obstacles as opportunities to improve rather than as reasons to give up. They embrace creativity and encourage others to think differently, fostering a culture where new ideas are valued and explored. This ability to find solutions instead of accepting limitations is what propels individuals, teams, and organizations forward. Change is often met with resistance. People naturally fear uncertainty and are often reluctant to step outside their comfort zones. Great leaders understand this and do not force change upon others. Instead, they inspire change by painting a compelling vision of the future. They help people see why change is necessary, what it will achieve, and how they can be a part of it. By communicating the purpose behind change, they create buy-in and motivate people to embrace new possibilities. Leadership is adaptability. The world is constantly evolving, and leaders must be willing to evolve with it. Those who cling to outdated methods or refuse to adjust to new realities risk becoming obsolete. Great leaders stay ahead by continuously learning, experimenting, and refining their approaches. They remain flexible, understanding that success often requires adjusting plans, trying different strategies, and sometimes even failing before finding the right solution. Innovation does not happen in isolation. Leaders who drive change foster environments where creativity thrives. They encourage diverse perspectives, welcome fresh ideas, and empower others to take risks without fear of failure. When people feel safe to experiment and challenge the norm, they are more likely to contribute bold, groundbreaking ideas that lead to real transformation. Leadership is about making an impact. Leaders who challenge the status quo leave a legacy not by maintaining what already exists, but by shaping what comes next. They inspire progress, ignite passion, and push people to achieve more than they thought possible. They do not just manage, they create. And by constantly striving for improvement, innovation, and meaningful change, they set the foundation for a future that is better, stronger, and full of new possibilities. Great leadership is not about short-term gains. It is about building a lasting legacy. True leaders do not measure their success by what they accomplish alone, but by the impact they leave behind. They think beyond immediate results and focus on creating something that will outlive them. Whether it is in the form of strong teams, a positive culture, meaningful change, or a vision that continues to inspire even after they are gone. Legacy-driven leaders operate with a long-term mindset. While many focus on quick wins, personal recognition, or short-lived success, great leaders understand that their influence is most powerful when it endures beyond their presence. They do not just lead for today, they build for the future. Every decision they make, every relationship they cultivate, and every lesson they impart is designed to create a foundation that others can build upon. One of the defining traits of leaders who build a lasting legacy is their ability to develop future leaders. They do not seek to be the sole source of success. Instead, they empower others to step up, take ownership, and grow into leadership roles themselves. They mentor, guide, and invest in people, ensuring that leadership does not end with them, but continues through those they have inspired and trained. A true leader's success is reflected in the ability of their team to thrive even in their absence. Beyond developing others, great leaders shape cultures that endure. Culture is the unseen force that drives behavior, decisions, and interactions within a team or organization. Leaders who create positive, values-driven cultures ensure that their influence remains embedded in the way things are done long after they leave. They establish principles of trust, innovation, accountability, and collaboration that become part of the organization's. When a strong culture is built, it continues to guide people, shaping success for generations. Legacy-building leaders also focus on impact rather than personal gain. They understand that leadership is not about ego or status. It is about service. Their decisions are not driven by self-interest, but by a desire to create meaningful change. They take on challenges that matter, tackle problems that need solving, and work towards something bigger than themselves. Whether in business, community, or personal leadership, they leave behind something of value that benefits others long after their time has passed. Characteristic of lasting leadership is integrity. Leaders who are remembered for the right reasons are those who lead with honesty, fairness, and consistency. They do not compromise their values for short-term success. They stand for what is right, even when it is difficult, and they build reputations based on trust. When people look back at their leadership, what stands out is not just what they achieved, but how they achieved it. The most powerful part of building a legacy is the inspiration it provides. People remember leaders who made them feel capable, valued, and motivated. A leader's greatest achievement is not just in the work they did, but in the people they uplifted and the possibilities they created. Great leadership is not about being remembered. It is about making a difference that continues to grow. Those who lead with a legacy mindset do not just shape the present, they shape the future. Their influence does not fade, it multiplies. And in doing so, they leave behind something truly meaningful, something that stands the test of time. Leadership is not about titles, power, or personal achievements. It is about impact, service, and the ability to inspire others. Unlocking the leader within requires courage, trust, empathy, empowerment, innovation, and a deep commitment to leaving a lasting legacy. True leaders do not wait for permission to lead. They step forward with purpose, challenge the status quo, and create meaningful change. They lift others up, build strong cultures, and ensure that their influence continues long after they are gone. The journey of leadership is not about perfection, but about continuous growth. It requires embracing discomfort, taking risks, and staying true to one's values. Leadership is a choice, one that demands responsibility, vision, and unwavering integrity. When individuals commit to leading with authenticity and impact, they unlock not only their own potential, but also the potential of those around them. Leadership is not defined by how much one achieves alone, but by how many lives are changed, how many people are empowered, and how deeply one's influence endures. The world needs more leaders who are willing to step up, take action, and leave things better than they found them. The question is not whether leadership exists within you, it does. The question is whether you will embrace it, nurture it, and use it to make a difference. The choice is yours.